Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a different type of video. Actually the first time I think I've ever done this, but today we're going to be sampling some fragrances together. I thought it would be kind of fun to do, not really like a behind the scenes, but kind of a different type of video where I show you the process of what I do, because I do a lot of sampling behind the scenes, but just to show you guys like the process of how I pick fragrances that I choose to include on my channel. So I've just spent countless hours upon hours of just sitting at a table and sampling perfumes, trying out new things to really like broaden my taste and to really try new things and to have an opinion about things that, you know, everyone wants to hear about. So I have some samples here with me today that were very graciously sent over to me by Twisted Lily, and I thought it would be fun to do a video sitting down, sampling the fragrances that I chose and telling you guys what I think about them, what I like, if it's something that I would purchase for myself or something that I would want to promote on this channel. Let's go ahead and get into it. Everything that I mentioned will be linked in the description below, and I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. So the first one, we'll talk about this house. I have two fragrances here from Tamine, and this is a house that I've tried a couple times. I'm very, very blessed and lucky to have a very good niche fragrance store in Miami. Osme Perfumery, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of it, but they carry just a ton of really amazing niche fragrance brands, and I get to try a lot of things there as well. And this is a house that I have tried, but I will say that I have not tried these before. So I have Green Pearl here and Patiala. So we'll start with Green Pearl. This little sample card on the inside, it says it has top notes of bergamot, mandarin, neroli, apple, heart notes of artemisia, tea, pepper with a base of oak moss, musk, and tonka bean. Comes in a little package like so. Let's spray it. Spray a lot. Really gotta saturate that strip, you know. It's really not the best to test immediately on the strip. I mean, if I smell something and it entices me, I will test it on my skin, but just to start, I'm not gonna start spraying like all of my arms. I'll test it separately, you know, and spend more time with it because it gets confusing when you spray a whole bunch of things on your arm and you forget what is what. So, okay, this is really pretty. A lot of green apple. Definitely like a very juicy, it's kind of sweet. I think it would be a green apple, but for me, it's kind of more of a juicy apple. I don't know why I think it smells more red than green. I'm just thinking green because of the name. Really pretty blast of apple. I'm a big fan of fragrances with apple in them. It's very fresh, it's very bright. It's really good. I'm actually surprised with this one. I've heard the performance on this one is not amazing. It's definitely like a very invigorating scent. Like it's very refreshing. I don't know, there's something about it. It's very juicy. Really good. I wouldn't say it's the most original thing on the planet that I've smelled, which is something that I would consider in trying to add it to my collection. I like it, but personally for me, I know one that I like better, and that is Blue Heart. It's probably my favorite from the house that I've tried so far. I know that's one that gets a lot of attention, but it is really good, Blue Heart. So yeah, that one was Green Pearl. I like it. I'd give it, let's turn this into a rating video, shall we? I give this one like a solid 7. It's really, really enjoyable, really likable. Not the most unique thing, but it just depends on how it would last. I'd have to test the performance on it, but I'm starting to get a little bit of a change in this. More of that tea side is kind of coming through. Really enjoyable. Nice. Okay, so the next one that we have here is Patiala, which I think this is another one that I've heard recently other reviewers talking about. So this one, top notes of geranium, orange, aldehyde, heart notes of orange blossom, rose, and patchouli with a base of moss, amber, and musk. All right, let's see what she smells like. Lots of sprays. This bedroom is going to smell just delicious after this. Ooh, all right. Pretty in the air, but it smells a little familiar. It smells a little tiny familiar, guys. It smells a little teensy tiny, little tiny bit of like Baccarat Rouge. Gosh. It's like at this point in the fragrance world, it's like when you are always smelling fragrances and you're expecting something great and then it smells like Baccarat Rouge. It's like, oh, come on, no. This is kind of a twist. It's not a dupe by any means. I would not say this is a dupe or anything, but it kind of has like that same sweet kind of spicy saffron smell that's in Baccarat Rouge, but here it's kind of like that mixed with mixed with like some florals. I don't know, for me, it reminds me of Baccarat Rouge, but it also reminds me a little teensy tiny bit of Delina, like a mix. If Baccarat Rouge 540 and Delina by Parfums de Marly had a baby, I think this would be it. It's very pretty. It's super feminine. Like you can just imagine, because they're two icons, right? Baccarat Rouge, Delina, they're having a baby, and it's this, like, it's really pretty, like really pretty. And I really like this one. I wouldn't gravitate towards it for my personal collection just because I have Delina and I have Baccarat Rouge 540. Like I wouldn't really need something like this. I would probably never wear it, but it's really beautiful. If you don't have either, this is definitely one to get. It's a little waxy as well. I could see it being unisex. I know that a lot of guys like to wear Baccarat Rouge, so I guess that's my recommendation. If you don't have Delina or Baccarat Rouge 540, get this one, Patiala. Oh, redundant, but gorgeous. Okay, let's move on to, I have a Menthol sample here. Now this is one that I've smelled in the past. I smelled this in Dubai when I was there in January. This is Herbal Aquatica. You guys might have seen the shout out in my recent street reaction video. Leave a comment below if you guys saw that video, what you thought about it. And if you haven't, what are you doing? It's hilarious. Go watch it. Spray it. Ooh, this is a nice sprayer on this sample. Big step up from Tanium samples. God, this smells... Guys, what is up with perfumery these days? Well, like I said, I've smelled this before. It's been a long time. I'll give you that. It's been, what, 5 months or something? Because I think it was pretty much just released when I smelled it in Dubai. At least that's what the salespeople told me. I didn't really get this when I smelled it for the first time in Dubai, but God, this smells very, very, very similar to Herba Pura by Xerjoff. Maybe like a toned down version of Herba Pura with like this kind of green mintiness sprinkled in. But it's pretty close. It's like a toned down Herba Pura. But I like the smell. I like it a lot. So if you need a more affordable Herba Pura, go over to Menthol for Herbal Aquatica. Really nice. I love this scent profile. I love Herba Pura. I get asked about it a lot. I don't really talk about it that often on my channel, but it's a banger, guys. It's Herba Pura. You can't go wrong with really any Xerjoff fragrance, but Herba Pura is just a classic. I like this one, but once again, a little tiny bit redundant in my collection. So would not be one that I would be looking to add to my collection, but it's still good for me. Like the way I look at it is it's good for me to keep sampling just so that I can have something to say about it when I get asked about it, because people ask me questions about different fragrances all the time. And obviously I don't have, I mean, I have a lot of fragrances, but I don't have that many. So I like to have just a good basic general knowledge of fragrances that are on the market. So moving on, I think we got some Roses here. We have Apex. And this is also one that I have smelled before. And honestly, the first time that I smelled it, I was a little turned off by it. But after like, I remember this because it was maybe like a couple weeks ago in Osme, I smelled this. I remember, ooh, in the air. Ooh, this fragrance in the air. Absolutely wild. This is the Apex Parfum, by the way. Oh, in the air, man. That is something else. I don't even need the strip. Like, I can just smell it in the air. It's just like floating here in the air. It's not settling or anything. It took me a little while, but I ended up coming around to it at the end because this is a kind of old school fragrance. You guys know I'm like not the biggest on old school fragrances, but I came around to this one. At first I was like, oh, I don't know. It's like, not animalic, but there's something so in your face about this. Super peppery and very, very, very manly. I was like, I don't know if but then I started thinking about it. It was drawing down, it changed. And then I started thinking about the name and I was like, all right, maybe I can get behind this. I kind of understand Apex. Like this is a very, very intimidating fragrance. And once I made that connection with it, I kind of started to appreciate it a little bit more. I was like, this is like a boss man fragrance. This is like one of the most manly fragrances, most masculine fragrances I've ever smelled. There's something almost metallic about this too. It's very confusing to me. It's very clean, but there's a little bit of dirtiness in here. Just a smidgen touch of this very, very, very slight animalic smell, but I also get like, it's almost like a little tea. Like at the same time, it's very refreshing. I don't know. This one just blows my nose's mind, but I like it a lot. And I think that on a man, this would be banging, so sexy. Apex Parfum by Roja. It's still there. Now I have another Roja. This is Sweetie Aoud, which is one that I have seen many comments about. Many people have been telling me that I need to smell Sweetie Aoud and Diagolif. Wow, okay, this is like, can you guys see this sprayer? It's just spraying a straight line. Oh my God, that's sad. Oh, I just got it on my mouth. I've been told that this is one of the best gourmands in the world. Oh yeah, this one is good. This one is like yummy. Really, really sweet. It's kind of like a cakey, like it's like the inside of a bakery, but there's kind of, what is that? It's not like caramel. It's almost kind of like a bread pudding kind of smell, something like that. This is really good. There's definitely like some cardamom. It kind of smells like, maybe like it's reminding me of like a pumpkin pie or something. I don't know. It's like the mixture of a bakery and the holidays and just like a warm hug all in one. A little bit of like a floral note and some oud too. There's definitely like a touch of oud in the background in this, but it's done in like the sweetest way possible. It's a really nicely blended fragrance. I love this. This is on my wish list for sure. I am such a freaking sucker for gourmands, and I think that a man could definitely pull this off too. It's a little sweet, but I have a feeling that as it dries, that sweetness is gonna kind of change. But I know a lot of my male viewers like to wear Italica from Xerjoff as well, so I know the men that watch me are getting down with the cool sweet gourmands. Like, they know, they listen to my advice. Women love sweet fragrances on men. It makes women want to eat you. And why would you not want to be eaten by a woman? This is very sexy. This on a man would be just, oh wow. I dream of the day that I smell this on a man, that a man crosses my path and is wearing this. Is going to make me a very happy woman. God, this is so good. So delicious. Wow. Thank you to whoever recommended me to smell this. This is amazing. There's almost like a suede leather vibe to this too. Like as it's drying, it's changing a little. It's almost like a little more nutty, like almondy now than how it was in the opening, like right at the first blast. A Sweetie Aoud. If you want a good gourmand, this is the one. Can it please be Christmas already? I'm ready for the heavy gourmands. I'm ready for heavy gourmand season, guys. And we're just getting into summer. Okay, so now we have some Amouage. Sunshine Woman. This is one that I really wanted to try. I might have gotten suckered in by the bottle because the bottle is just beautiful. Sometimes I'm just a sucker for the bottle or for the name. I guess we all fall into the marketing trap sometimes, but let's see how it is. Good sprayer on this one. That's so pretty in the air. Ultra feminine, candy sweet. It's definitely fruity, but it's like a really sweet floral. This kind of gives me like a suntan lotiony vibe, but not in a typical suntan lotiony way. I don't know. Definitely like vanillic, very, very smooth and creamy. There's almost like a almondy cherry vibe in here too. I don't know, sometimes fragrances that smell like cherry, it can be from almond or it can be from actual cherry. I'm not exactly sure in this, but I love this. This is amazing. This is right up my alley for summer. I think that if I had it in my collection, it wouldn't be one that I grabbed that often because I like sweet fragrances, but this one is just maybe just a little tiny bit too sweet. I don't know, but it definitely embodies like the name. And I'm picturing the bottle in my mind and it all makes perfect sense. Like it all works together perfectly. It literally smells like a bottle of sunshine. It's beautiful. I don't know if this would be necessarily a safe blind buy. Definitely worth sampling though. Really pretty for summer. If you like really sweet florals with some vanilla, this is definitely one to check out. I don't know what the performance is like or anything, but we'll go back to rating. For me, this one would be like a solid 6. The next Amouage that I have here is Overture Woman. And this is one that I've smelled before as well. I smelled this in the Dubai Mall too. The sales guy was like really pushing this fragrance on me in the Dubai Mall, but I didn't go with it that time. I ended up buying like Baby Cat. I got Delina La Rose. I think I got something else too. I don't even remember. I know I spent like $1,000. I spent a lot of money on fragrances. It was really bad. I mean, it's worth it because like how often am I going to be in Dubai, right? But girls, this is the one. This fragrance, it's so much better than I remembered. This fragrance is so sexy. This just right now with this one sniff, this fragrance has gone up to the top of my list. It's right up there with Possibilities, Lady Whitesnake. This fragrance has that same wow factor that those two have. This is a really special fragrance. All the men watching me right now, if you have a woman in your life, go and buy her a bottle of this. Please, do it for yourself, not even for her. Get her a bottle of Overture Woman. This is so unique and warm and it's literally like the best word to describe this is like, it's delectable. It's so sensual and smooth. This might be one of the best amouages that I've ever smelled ever. The blending in this is unreal. It's like you almost can't even pick out notes. It's blended that well, but it just works. It's sweet. It's even a little boozy with like kind of like a suede leathery kind of vibe. Definitely more suited for the winter. Once again, I just got done saying I cannot wait for Christmas to come, holidays, cooler weather, so I can pull out my heavy gourmands. I don't really think this is necessarily, I would say a gourmand. It's very dynamic. I cannot wait until it gets colder to wear this. I might not be able to wait. I might just have to spray it in the summer. I'm sorry for everyone that lives near me in Miami. You're gonna be able to smell me this summer because I'm gonna be wearing Overture Woman. But a lot of you guys would be surprised. Like I get a little bit of kickback when I tell people to wear heavy winter fragrances in the summer. You'd actually be surprised like how many of them work really well in the high heat and you just don't even try it because you're like, oh no, it's only for the winter, it's only for Christmas, da, da, da. It's only for the holidays. No, like try it out. Just, what do you gotta lose? Just a little spray, walk outside, see how it works. That's exactly what I'll be doing. This is a 10 out of 10. That's a video that I need to do as well. 10 out of 10 fragrances. I need to test the performance on this, but as far as I'm concerned, this is a 10. Okay, so now we have two more left from another house that I'm not that familiar with, but it's one that gets a lot of attention. This is Maison Crivelli, and I have the first one here, which is Iris Malikhan. Malikhan. No notes or anything listed here. Good spray. I appreciate a good sprayer. Like, thank you, Maison Crivelli. All right, I smell this one in the air. Very powdery, and I'm going to say right off the bat, there's something in this that it puts me off a little. There's something, I know exactly what it is too, because I've smelled this in something similar before. I think Byredo just came out with a fragrance that was like this, and when I smelled it, I was like, I got a sample of it, and I was like, this smells like a carrot cake. This smells like carrot, and I don't like it. It's like green carrot iris, very powdery. Maybe very peppery too. This one might be my least favorite out of all the samples. No. Moving on swiftly, we have a very, very hyped one here. This is Hibiscus Mahabad. I'm sorry for my pronunciation. Again, with the 10 out of 10 atomizer. Just sprayed 3/4 of the sample. Ooh, this one in the air is beautiful. This one I can get behind. All right, Maison Crivelli, I see you. I see the hype behind this, definitely. It's a very like jammy, plump, don't you love that word? Plump, floral, sweet scent, but very floral, like super tropical. It reminds me a little teensy tiny bit of Lust for Sun, but it's much sweeter. There's definitely some like fruitiness in this that is not in Lust for Sun. So if Lust for Sun is like a little too floral for you, you might really, really love this one. If you want the same vibe, just a little bit younger, this is definitely one for you. It's very creamy, it's very sweet, also very jammy florals. Also very suntan lotiony. I can see the appeal behind this. This is really good for this summer. This is like a very tropical sweet vanilla. I really see the hype behind this, and this one is up on the top of my list too. Wow, really pretty. This is definitely one that if I had in my collection, I would reach for, and it would be unique. I don't think I have anything in my entire collection other than Lust for Sun that smells like this. Yeah, this one's really good. Nice. So that's all the samples that I have. That's kind of part of the process that I go through. If I showed you guys my sample drawers, you would not believe me. But maybe one day, maybe on a live stream or something, I'll show you. But anyway, guys, that's kind of the process. The next step that I would do is I'd pick the ones that I really liked. I'd spray them on my skin, like take a day to spray it, test it out on my skin, go outside, see how it performs, see how I really like the fragrance, if it grows on me more, if I say, oh no, I can live without it. I just see my reactions. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys are interested in any of the fragrances that I sampled today or testing them out yourself, the links will be in the description. And Twisted Lily and I linked up together. They gave me a 10% off discount code for their site. It's just Erica10, 10% off site-wide. So thank you so much, Twisted Lily, for sending me these samples. I had a lot of fun trying them out with you guys. Leave a comment below what your favorite fragrance is from this list. I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.